everyone. Hello from Salt Lake City, the Salt Palace. It's Betsy Coe here. I have Karen Lowe and Peter Roberts with me. And we're here to talk about DNA. It's day one of Roots Tech. It's my first time here. It's really, really thrilling to be here. So much going on.
There really is. I've been lucky to have come to Roots Tech along with Peter a good 10 years ago. And I've been coming back so much that I wound up moving to the area for work. And so
testimony.
Now I don't even need a room and a flight.
Today we've had lots of people come up with great DNA questions coming up to the booth. And hopefully we can answer some of your questions during this session.
So let's see who we have with us. We have Caleb Campbell, fellow member of the Campbell WikiTree project.
Oh, I love you, Caleb, because I have ancestry in Campbell County, Tennessee. So obviously we need to talk. My Lowe, or Lowe, as they say in East Tennessee, family has been in East Tennessee since the 1790s. So I want to go find out how I'm related to Caleb.
Oh, awesome. And Christine Miller, hi from Montana.
Yay.
And Stephen Tomaszowicz. Great to see you. David Draper, I see you on G2G all the time. So glad you could join us. Hi, Vicki. How is it down in Chile?
And,
that's right. Yeah. Lisa Gervais from Canada. Kathy Nava.
She's got to be my cousin, too.
From California. Let's see, Patty LaPlante.
She's everybody's cousin because doesn't she have a CC7 of like 40-odd thousand?
Appalachia Project.
She's all of our cousins.
I know that. Biscuits. Kathy Bauer joining from Virginia. Barbara Rue from Massachusetts.
Yay.
Thank you all, and also welcome to anyone who's watching after the fact.
Yeah, Stephen's up in Washington, and I got to ask him if he likes to transcribe in French. I'm going to say maybe not, but it's worth an ask.
Great. And hello, Doris Lanier from Indiana.
I'm a native Hoosier myself. My father was a steelworker in Gary, Indiana. But my mother's family's been in Vincennes since the 1740s. That's why I asked about the French.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm here to screen share whatever you want. We do have one question on the G2G post already. So would you like me to put that up?
I think so. We were talking about DNA confirmations. We had a question like, what do you do when you're looking at your watch list or your relatives and you see somebody's got a suggestion and that suggestion says father's DNA missing confirmation? What's that all about?
I do believe that on the profile there needs to be a DNA confirmation statement. Otherwise, you'll get that flag come up that's saying there's no confirmation there. You've selected that there is what the DNA is telling you, but you haven't put that statement on the biography under like the DNA section where you have an actual confirmation statement.
Right, and we can look at some trees like Peter's later where we have that information, and when it's distantly related to you, you can look, you can try, you can see if you have any evidence of your own that supports this connection, but what we don't want to see is if I have a DNA test, I have many DNA tests, and I have I'm lucky to have a lot of ancestors who were already on WikiTree or I have added them, but I should not go mark confirmed with DNA to all 16 of my great grandparents, because the only thing that has happened is that one of their assumed descendants has taken a test, right? So what does it mean, Peter, to have some evidence that confirms the relationship between a parent and a child?
You want to make sure the DNA is matching in accordance with the relationship. In terms of that you're third cousins, you can find out how much DNA should third cousins match.
Right.
And you can also do that on Y DNA and mitochondrial DNA. and you can show those relationships, and you can confirm the ancestral lines if you've got the statements in your biography
Yes.
talking about that. What's special about WikiTree is that we're the only online genealogical tree where you can actually do that confirmation. You can use DNA, the 4 types of DNA, and you can show that they are confirmed, the ancestral lines are confirmed and accurate
And
based on the matching DNA.
And I know some of my friends in professional genealogy will say, "Well, use caution when you say confirm." Now you've got to test.
Evidence.
Yes,
Supporting
and
evidence,
it
not
supports.
proof. If we were saying proof, we would say proof.
Right.
It's supporting evidence.
Yes, and so that we have, and I know that's problematic for me because there are parts of my tree that I don't know yet. We all have brick walls somewhere. Some of us far, far away, and some of us within the genealogical time frame that these tests, the autosomal particularly, are covering, like our 3rd, 4th, 5th cousins. If you're talking to a cousin who doesn't know 25% of their tree, then how do you know? You're, like you said, it supports evidence, but you don't know that you aren't related on the parts of your tree that you don't understand yet, that you haven't been able to document.
Just before we get farther, because you're saying so much wonderful stuff, we have a comment in the chat that people are having a hard time hearing.
Oh,
you,
yes.
David.
So we'll, maybe if you turn so you face us.
I think, yes, that's
because
what I was
you want to
suggest.
talk to our faces.
So rotate your chair, the desk,
if you want to,
so that you can just, yeah.
And then you'll be talking into your mic when you are in conversation with us, since we're kind of talking to each other,
right,
and all of our friends online.
Right.
Okay, let's try that.
Okay, so maybe could you say something, and would you all in chat tell us if you can hear Peter better?
Okay, how well can you all hear me now?
Okay.
Well, tell us about. Do we have another question? Or
comment? Well, should we look at Porter's 2 profiles?
Oh, yes, we could.
So is this the? Let's see. Is this the child?
Let's see. 1849.
The child is 54088.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So here's the child. Okay, that should be
right. So, and so we can see over on the right that he is marked, and you've got some fancy extensions going here. Right, it looks like this isn't your out of the box WikiTree, but the wonderful add-ons that folks have created for us, and we can see that William is marked confirmed to his parents. And so what we'd like to see is who are the descendants of William, or the cousins of William, that are making us think that we have DNA evidence to support his relationship.
Cousin in here, in terms of there needs to be a statement in there. Keep scrolling down.
Okay, and we should also call out that there's no shame. This is a learning experience, and
there needs to be a citation there, a statement about how do you know that this ancestral relationship is confirmed.
Right.
You have to have a statement saying, because we're sharing a certain amount of autosomal DNA.
Right.
And who is the other person that you're sharing with?
Right.
And there is you might want to go to Greg Clark's.
Yes, to like that find apps DNA or.
Okay.
And maybe you know how to get there.
Yeah,
but,
not exactly.
Okay, well, you know how I get there when I forget where it is I go to find and I go to apps, and then I look. I think it starts with DNA.
Okay.
So in the upper right menu of our person profiles, one of those is find, and we can find projects. We can find all sorts of things, and we want to find an app.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so DNA confirmation.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, this is such a helpful tool. Tell us about it.
Yeah.
So Greg Clark, DNA programmer extraordinaire, he created this app to make it more simple to create these citations. So you can use Y-DNA matching, mitochondrial matching, X chromosome matching, autosomal DNA matching. and you select what type of test you've taken,
If you're sharing this tab.
what type of matching you're talking about.
Yeah.
With autosomal DNA, if it's beyond third cousins, you need to do triangulation. You need to have 3 or more people that are all matching each other on the same segment.
And it says here greater than third cousins apart. And we have some lovely volunteers on the DNA project, on especially the educators team. I know Kay is one of them, and she'll point out to you or the other volunteers that, you know, again, we've got this, we're seeing this confirmation, but tell us about it. We all want to know how these folks matched. And I know I had a triangulation statement, and I wrote it in kind of a confusing way because it was my aunt and a couple of her third, fourth, fifth cousins that had this triangulation, but I also included my brother. And so, you know, aunt and nephew, they can't be 2 of the 3 legs. And so I rewrote it to say, these are the 3 people making the triangulation. And as it happens, this person's daughter and this person's nephew happen to also have that segment. So I think that was more clear that I wasn't.
But it's not necessary.
But why is that? Oh no, it's not necessary to mention them at all.
Other people. It's just that you've got 3 distant cousins all matching each other sufficiently
Right.
for the known relationship.
And I think maybe because it was an 8 centimorgan match, I felt like adding that extra info that a mother did pass it to her daughter, and an aunt and a nephew did get it. Hopefully, both got that segment from my grandparents.
They're all 3rd cousins, right?
Oh yeah, the
So
3 others.
You don't even need triangulation.
I think they were more distant. Yeah,
Okay,
they weren't. They were only 8 centimorgans.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's only one segment you shared out of all the DNA.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, but why? Why is it that a triangulation needs to be third cousins or greater?
Because you don't when it's less than third cousins, you can just do a simple match. So you would look at your total amount of shared DNA, and so like a second cousin, your second cousins are expected
significant.
They're expected to share a certain amount of DNA.
Right.
And so if you've got that amount of shared DNA, that is your evidence that the relationship is accurate.
And so if you have an aunt and a nephew and the aunt's 4th cousin, that's not a triangle because the aunt and the nephew are too close.
Simple matching.
Yeah. But if you're trying to tie them to a 5th cousin as the 3rd leg of a triangle, you need another distant cousin.
You need to have like all the 4th cousins of each other or something like that. If you're looking for a relationship beyond 3rd cousins. Now
I've gotten us off into the weeds because most of us are going to use an autosomal match or perhaps a Y or mitochondrial on our lines, right? Because that it takes a lot of doing to get into that.
Well, the thing is that if you do like a Y-DNA test and your 5th cousin or 6th cousin has done a Y-DNA test, and if you match sufficiently for that amount, for that distance, then that is your confirmation. You don't need triangulation or anything like that.
I was so lucky to find a WikiTree member from the Lowe family from York, Pennsylvania, Dr. Stephen Law. His name kind of migrated to Law and mine to Lowe and then Lowe. And we have a Y-DNA match, which is great because in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee, we've always told that, you know, our patriarch was Pennsylvania Dutch, which is Deutsch, which is German, and that we thought they were from Eastern Pennsylvania, and I had a good match with 2 different sons of that patriarch, the migrant into East Tennessee in the 1790s. But when we matched up with Steve, that was great because that tied the family right back to York.
And what was the distance of the relationship?
He's like 7. Yeah, awesome. And then the 2 Tennessee lines that are both from different sons of the migrant are like 4th, or the late Charles Lowe is my late father's 4th cousin, and Charles matched my late brother Ray quite well.
One thing that we might want to point out, things have become a lot easier if you're doing all of this DNA matching. If your autosomal DNA is in GEDmatch, MATCH.
Right. We have a help page about that.
And you can actually show the comparisons. You can just click on the compare. You can see the relationship in GenMatch.
Right. Do you have one of those? Is that something we should ask Peter
Yeah.
to show?
Yeah.
Is that
I
something that you can drive and
if
show?
I'm able to share my screen.
Do you want to do that, or
Sure, I can. I think I have to share the screen. I was
Oh,
thinking
okay.
before we do that, could we show an example of DNA confirmation statements,
Oh, yes.
both for closer relatives and for the triangulation?
What's
We
your
we
ID?
can get on the page.
So what?
So
what's
which
You go
Roberts
on,
are you?
If you go onto my profile, then you go to, let's say, my mother or my father.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's
So
not
if we
as
go-
much text.
Okay.
So let's see. If we search for Peter Roberts and then
What's
filter
your-
to active members only.
What's your ID?
7085 Robert 7085.
Oh, does this work here?
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
What?
All right.
On the home page, there's a big first name, last name search.
All right.
Oh,
We're
Yeah. So here's
there you
Peter.
are.
Okay. Well, if you want to look
Okay.
to.
Just scroll up.
Okay,
go
we're
to my
down
mother.
to-
Go to
Oh,
my,
okay.
Go to my mother.
Okay.
And so, yes.
Okay. Then scroll down.
Man.
Okay.
Scroll down. Keep going down.
Okay.
See
So
under DNA? It says
after.
maternal relationship. Go back,
Oh
go
yes,
back.
footnotes.
See the maternal relationship.
Yes.
There's a 67 centimorgan X chromosome match.
Between you and between Nan, your mother's
I
brother.
know that. See, that's quite simple there.
Yes, because
Okay,
it's a
now,
big
but
fat
there's
match.
another relationship. It's a 49 centimorgan X chromosome match between myself and my fifth cousin, twice removed, anonymous Turner.
Oh.
So and so you can see if you click on that link to fifth cousin twice removed, I think it will take you. It'll show you the actual relationship.
The relationship finder. Oh, it picked a different ancestor. So, do you remember how you connect? Because I can see a fourth cousin 3 times removed through the Turner. No, through Adam Jones. Is that the right ancestor? Or
Then
no.
Go back. Okay.
James Turner. That's so it was okay.
Well, let's see. I mean, we could do it
Maybe
again.
Anonymous has changed his name to James.
No,
Yes. Anonymous.
Oh, yes.
is
He died.
James.
He passed away.
Oh, that's too bad.
That's why. So I need to change my statement because I now know I can now put his first name.
Right.
Because if I go to his profile,
Now I can see it's James.
yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that he's Betsy's 17th cousin.
Ah,
If you can
very
take,
cool.
if
Once removed.
if you feel good in the 1400s.
Yes.
Because I get a little mistrustful when we get
Yeah.
back that far.
Yeah. All right, great. Well, I just thought that would be helpful for
Okay.
people to see. Should we go to GenMatch?
Okay. What if you go back?
Okay.
Go back to my mother
Okay, so
That's
here's
your mother.
and scroll. Okay.
Man.
Now, if you click on any of these GenMatch IDs,
on the right.
Oh, I see.
Over
Okay.
here.
Like that one? Is
yeah,
that okay?
click there.
And
Oh,
then
I'm
we
logged
log
out.
in.
You
But
log into GenMatch.
that's okay. If we'll all look away and make sure it's covering it with stars.
Okay. Well, how about I stop sharing for a
That's
second
great.
and I'll
Okay.
get myself
That
logged
sounds
in.
good. What do you like about that compare tool, or what do you find yourself doing most often with those links on
Well,
the
I like
side?
to be able to reconfirm that what the people are saying in their confirmation statements that it's actually accurate. Because so that you can make up information or you can miswrite it.
Yeah,
And so by being
that's
able to
likely for
compare,
me.
you can see for yourself. It's so almost like you go to the library, independently confirm that the citation that somebody wrote on a paper is accurate. Did they
Yes.
extract the
Or did they
information
just get it
this
from
source correctly?
another paper that cited that paper, and then they never read the original paper?
Yeah, and so basically what you're doing is you're actually having the information on WikiTree where you can actually see for yourself that these are indeed DNA matches.
Mhm.
Allows you to do that.
Yeah.
Because some people, there are some people that they want to say that they're related to Tsar Nicholas or his daughter or whatever, and
They're the lost princess.
They will make up information
Right,
in order to prove that.
right.
And so you have independent verification.
Because we all want to be Anastasia's
Exactly, yeah.
great-great-granddaughter.
Okay, so now, that is there, click on that ID. Is privacy, we're all covered, or?
Yeah, because, well, we might see some first and last names.
Yeah.
But they're WikiTree
But the thing
members.
is, the WikiTree members, and they're already on GenMatch. You can do this yourself.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna add to stage and now go to,
So should we pick anyone in
Click on an
particular?
ID.
Like
Click on an
yours,
ID.
because you're right here. And
Click on, that's my mother.
yeah.
Click on mine.
that's yours?
That's mine.
Okay,
And so now we could,
Okay, now then scroll down and click on submit.
so we're showing Peter's
Now,
matches
normally I would
on
change the 50
GenMatch.
with this limit 50 to change it to 3,000, but that takes a long time with the slow internet access.
yeah,
Right.
So anyway, you can, if you click on any of these wiki links,
yeah,
then you
Oh,
actually
look
see
at
that
that.
person's ancestral tree. So if you go down to like Susan Higgs Goulet,
yeah,
then you can see her tree.
Oh, that's right, because we have that partnership that works both ways that we saw on the WikiTree profile. We can click to GenMatch and get right there. And then GenMatch users can click those wiki links and get right back to here. So now we can see Susan's compact tree and think about how we might connect.
So this is saying that I have a DNA match with Susan.
Right.
This is her ancestral tree. If I was logged in as myself, I could go up under Higgs. I could go relationship to me, and it would actually show the relationship.
On
So
the
I've got
paper
a DNA
tree.
match,
Yeah.
and now I can see what the relationship is
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
Okay, because you have your genetic tree, your genetic matches, and then you have your genealogy, your traditional records-based genealogy
Yeah.
tree and cousins, and we love it when they match up and confirm
Yeah.
the relationships that we believe we have
Yeah.
to our ancestors.
Now, we do have one question that
Oh,
has
good.
come up in the chat. So
Let's
let me
hear
go
about it.
over there. So it's from Stephen Tomatowicz. He asks, if one person tests at 23andMe and the other at MyHeritage, and they don't transfer DNA between the products, can you confirm the DNA to their parents?
Well, ideally, you want to have them into GenMatch. But barring that, if you're a DNA match with somebody at MyHeritage, and what was the other one?
23andMe.
23andMe. It's going to take some effort to figure out, are you sharing the same segment? Do those two people match each other on that same segment? I match you on that segment. I match you on that segment. But I might be matching this person to my mother, this person to my father.
Right.
And do these two people, do they match each other on that segment?
Right.
That's hard to do when they're in separate databases.
Yes.
And you can't necessarily
So
see
the
what
solution,
the segment is.
yeah, the solution is to get them both in GenMatch.
Yes.
And
Okay.
what if you have to do it the hard way? Because unfortunately, it's only us confirmed DNA geeks often who are taking that extra step to GenMatch. So maybe we'll hear more from Stephen about how he found the folks, or what he wants to see. But that's tough. You get a match and you're super excited, but if they aren't around, or they're not responsive, or they consider GenMatch too invasive for them, then you can get stuck.
One thing that I'd like to point out is that there are lots of people that want to help any new users that want to use their DNA. All you have to do is ask on GDG. And there's going to be a lot of people that jump in and they want to help you show you how to actually make use of the DNA in WikiTree.
Right.
It's not enough to just say I took a DNA test. You want to make use of. You paid a lot of money for these tests. You want to try to do some free things that will make it possible to the different features that are available through GenMatch and through WikiTree to actually show that these lines are accurate. These ancestral lines are accurate.
Right. Yeah, I've been lucky to be able to do a few generations on my tree, as sometimes because I know someone and I'm able to gift them a test, and sometimes because people just show up. I was just at a family tree DNA talk about what they're coming up with for mitochondrial DNA, and it's only through WikiTree that I found some folks who have the mitochondrial line of my mother's father, because I have some second cousins who have that same mitochondrial line from my grandpa's sister, and I was lucky that one was on 23andMe, and he at least got H1C or something like that. And then we've got like 3 WikiTreers with roots in Quebec that are also H1Z, including some full sequence testers, and it's so great to see that, because it helps me.
One thing to point out is that there are lots of DNA testing companies that are now defunct. Like Ancestry DNA used to do a mitochondrial test.
I have that U5. They said
used to do a Y chromosome test.
Right.
There's companies like Oxford Ancestors and Gene by Gene. There's lots of different companies that have done
and the
DNA
Sorensen
testing.
Foundation.
They're all usable still. You can put that information that you tested with those labs in WikiTree. Now, just like there's GenMatch for autosomal DNA and xDNA, there's MitoY DNA for your Y DNA and your mitochondrial DNA. And if you upload them to those databases, you upload your Y DNA and your mitochondrial DNA to those databases, you can put the IDs in the WikiTree, and then you can see the comparisons in WikiTree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you can see that you were saying that this is an H1 whatever, then your distant cousin is an H1 whatever.
Right. It just adds evidence.
It's not enough to just match on the haplogroups. You've got to see if you're matching on the differences, what they call the differences from the RCRS.
The reference sequence. Yeah.
And that's what's more useful for genealogy. And then if you're comparing like 37 markers, are you matching enough markers for your known relationship?
And that's what I can do with those WikiTree members. And thank you so much to Marie and the others for sharing that information. Since my own close cousin didn't do full sequence, I can go look at theirs and see how closely they all match.
One thing that's awesome about DNA and WikiTree is that I've got 43 ancestors that are confirmed with DNA, and it wasn't just me that was doing that.
Right.
Other cousins of mine, they matched each other. They put in the confirmation statements. And Mark confirmed with DNA, and I'm benefiting from their work in terms of seeing what all these ancestors that have got confirmation statements and they're confirmed with DNA.
Right. And that's what's so magical about WikiTree is that when I started doing genealogy, you're sitting in a library and someone hands you a blank pedigree chart, but you don't have to do it alone.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it all the work yourself.
Yeah. There's a Greg Clark has created a fan chart, and you can select on that fan chart that which of your ancestors are confirmed with DNA.
Oh, should we look at that? Do you want to do an example?
They're doing it live on the app is a little bit confusing, but I've got an image of it on my profile.
Yeah. Okay.
So
let me go to your profile.
And we're still hearing complaints about, not complaints, reminders about your sound, and it makes me want to see if we can lift that tablet up. I was just kind of eyeballing this.
It's too bad I'm not on a headphones.
Yeah. Is this sturdy enough for your keyboard to rest on? Like if you lift just to get it up closer.
I got an idea. Here, turn it.
Okay. Yes, so it doesn't fall in. Okay.
I think that was your mother. No, that was not your mother.
Oh, here we're on the Roberts.
Roberts. Tell me again. Roberts 7085?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And here we go. I'm sharing you. Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking for a picture. You have an image?
Well, hopefully it's where I think it is.
Are we talking about DNA Painter or something else?
So go to DNA Portal to see the See this first link, DNA Painter, autosomal DNA
Yes.
matches. Click on that.
Okay.
Oh, look at that! You made a
Oh,
free space page.
Oh,
So,
I'm not seeing anything.
Oh,
See.
we're sharing it in StreamYard. Maybe
yeah, you
our
should be
Wi-Fi
able
isn't
to see
always
it.
Oh,
what we
you know,
wish.
maybe I've got it. It should be public.
No, we're
No, we're
You're
seeing
seeing
it.
it. I'm
Yeah,
not seeing it.
we're seeing the contents and the test two.
Look.
Oh, is it frozen? Maybe you're frozen.
Oh, yeah.
We could
I'm gonna refresh
ask him
my
to come and
screen.
sit
Okay.
next to you,
Okay. Yeah, you could trade places.
or
Can
yeah.
you still hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, it's not going. Your cursor is locked.
Oh yeah,
Well-
maybe we should ask Peter to come and sit
Yeah,
next to you.
Peter, come over here for a sec.
Yeah, and I'll just
Making it work.
try another mic. Oh no,
Live casting in the field.
Wow. Okay. Go. Keep going down. There's a lot of garbage here. Well, how do you move up?
Where do you want to go?
Keep going down. Way far down. Keep going down. Down. Keep going. Fan charts.
Fan charts.
Okay, keep going. Let's see. There. Okay, so this is
Should I click on it?
yeah, you can click on a live. No, actually it may not work because that's a live. Oh, there, try clicking. Yeah, make it enlarge it. There.
Woo!
So these are people. Well, actually, what this is showing is people who could have contributed to my X chromosome.
Mhm.
That's what that's showing. People who could have contributed to my X chromosome.
Wow.
And there's something similar that you can do where it would just highlight those where I know that the ancestors are confirmed with DNA. It's very similar to this, and I don't have an image of that I can easily share, but it gives you an idea of what it looks like. So you can have beautiful charts like this where you can document this is the part of my tree that is confirmed with DNA. This is showing which ancestors could have contributed to my X chromosome, because I got all of my X chromosome from my mother. Anyway, so we can switch seats again, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Otherwise, mind the questions in the chat.
I broke the chair.
Oh,
All right.
what's
Well,
this? Wow, that's a big old.
Stephen
kind of
Stephen wants to know.
I'm not in here anymore.
Uh-oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw it die.
Yeah.
You might have lost Wi-Fi. Okay, Steven says yeah, he was clear. Well, we could give up on your tablet and ask you to come sit next to Betsy, and then you could lean over and
come
talk.
over here. We could try.
Mhm. And then you can let us know if Peter and I get too faint, or if we need to. Now, if I lean way in, hello, we're the troublesome trio here in Salt Lake City.
Okay.
Let's see what. Oh, Stephen was asking about that fan chart. Yeah.
Where is that fan chart?
Okay, if you go now to see the current fan chart, is you go to Tree Apps.
Okay.
So let's try and navigate to Tree Apps.
So should I go to you?
Yeah, go to me.
Okay.
We get out of this. Okay, there. This is good. Now click on my name.
Wait, no, that's not you. There you go.
Okay, now so click. There's the Tree Apps here somewhere.
I'm just making sure that okay, I'm still where I want to be. Tree Apps. Yep. Okay, Tree Apps.
Yeah, click there.
Mhm.
And then change this here to change that to fan chart.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Okay. Now then go. Okay. And this is going to be. This is my tree. Okay, good. Okay. Now then you click on the gear, and you want to do highlights, and you want to do change this to confirmed with DNA confirmed ancestors.
Okay, and just they can't see my pull down menus probably.
Okay,
Yeah,
too bad.
So
Yeah, I
under the
know.
highlights tab, we
Right.
got
Okay, and
We
then
changed it.
save changes.
Okay, but they should be able to see the results.
right
Okay,
Is it,
there. It goes. I saw it activate, but then there's the processing.
weird.
We're at the whims of the Salt Palace Convention Center's Wi-Fi
but
network,
it's not,
and
you
it's
know.
getting a lot of use right now because there are
for sure.
thousands of people here with us, all on one network.
Oh, let's see. Do this right here. Then
Okay.
Click that,
Ah,
and
okay.
then save change.
Oh,
Okay.
Ah.
Woo.
Now go up the generations.
Okay, I'm going to make sure that everybody's
one.
seeing what we're seeing. Okay, good.
Now do the up generations.
Okay.
just one.
Do it again.
Oh,
Do it
oh, look at
again.
this.
Do it
Wow.
again.
Woo.
Okay, so that's okay. I can get out to there. Anyway, so if you scroll up a little bit, then
This
these are my ancestors that I know are accurate based on
Oh.
DNA confirmation.
Mhm.
So we
These are all
need to
confirmed ancestors.
find you some cousins for your paternal grandmother.
The left side is Bahamian records,
Mhm.
and so good luck in finding some of those records.
Oh, I see. Bahamian from
Too
the
much-
Bahamas.
Yeah, too many hurricanes and not enough recording of source information.
And storing paper in a very wet place.
Yeah, and termites and other bugs.
Oh, yes. Yes, all the
But the
Trials and
DNA
tribulations.
has been able to actually show relationships that we didn't know existed. I was able to find out through DNA, through the Y-DNA testing, I found out there are 2 Roberts families from the Bahamas that have been there basically since the beginning. Not actually since the beginning of
colonial times.
during the time of pirates, and there are two Roberts families, and they are separate families. Up until DNA testing, we thought there was one family, and that's the same situation for a lot of other family lines where we found out that some families they're the same family, the different surnames but the same family.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. We see some of that because we get our names in different ways. You know, sometimes we take a name from our mother remarries, and we take our dad, the guy who raised us, we take his name.
Yeah.
You know, because he's there, being our dad. And sometimes those changes we've forgotten. You know that this person went by this name, but their Y chromosome comes from people with a different name.
Okay, let's do something. I want to show people how they can find out who in WikiTree has done a Y-DNA test.
Yes.
Okay, so if you go to my profile.
Okay. So let's see. I can go
wanna
just
get out of-
back.
Okay, now
Okay.
scroll up.
Yep.
Now we want to go to under my name, click on DNA. Now we're going to look at, we've got this Roberts DNA.
Oh, okay. So this is people.
This is people in WikiTree with the name of Roberts who have taken a Y chromosome test. We're going to do that.
Oh, I see.
Is
Why
it
is it
thinking?
Well, it's not giving me the error.
Should we?
Whoops.
There we go.
There.
Okay, now change all types here, all to Y chromosome.
Okay.
And then scroll down a little bit. Now click on test taker. That's going to sort.
Oh, I see. So not all of these test takers will be named Roberts, but many of them will, because they will have kept that.
They should.
paternal
Most
name.
of them should be Roberts. Now scroll
Right.
down.
A few of them.
So this is everyone. So Lee, like Lee here, he's a Roberts, but he's actually a Roberts, but there's a name change somewhere in the ancestry.
That he took
But if
the
you scroll
Congan.
down, keep scrolling down. Keep scrolling down. Keep scrolling down.
So
Get past Lee.
is he he's the tester, and he knows about all these Roberts in his line.
Whoa.
So
Goodness. Sorry to make everybody seasick.
Okay, keep
Oh,
going
yes.
down. We're gonna get down to the Robert. Now here's David Roberts.
Okay.
Roberts.
So he's
He's
a
actually
WikiTree
Roberts,
user.
but he's a
Yeah.
Roberts.
Right.
Now you can see, you can click on his profile.
Roberts.
Oh, there he
Just
is.
click on him
Yeah.
and go to his page and scroll down. You can see his DNA tests. So
Mhm.
there, here he is. You can see his he's a Roberts, but his ancestry is Roberts. So you can click on his mitoY-DNA ID. And you
Oh,
can
where
see,
does that take us? Spoiler.
you can click
have
on his
probably-
mitoY-DNA, and hopefully he's entered it correctly. And you go, oh, you can't log
yeah.
into here. Never
Yeah.
mind, because you haven't registered yet, right?
No, I have.
You have. We'll log in then.
But
not enough time.
is that okay because he's a living person and we're showing his information?
Why don't we see
You can
what
scroll.
questions
You
we
can
have?
go to mine. You can
Okay.
go to mine.
Okay. Well, let me come out, and if there are any questions, we're gonna wrap up in about 5 minutes. So be sure and put those pressing questions in the chat.
Well, what about you and Dread Pirate Roberts? What's the story there, Peter?
There's no evidence yet. My son, he said, "Dad, all I want for Christmas is proof that I'm descended from a pirate." I
Well,
couldn't
with
do
all
it.
that Bahamas.
There were four pirates that were pardoned. That they said they would never be pirates again. All named Roberts, and there's a couple generation gaps between where the genealogy goes back to those four pirates. There's no paper genealogy connecting them, any Robertses, to those pirates. But there's other lines in the Bahamas where we've got Y-DNA Lowe's that go to an actual pirate. We've got another family also.
I heard from Renate Yarbrough Sanders about the Freedmen's Bureau record, and she said, especially with these seafaring gentlemen, some of the fellows left their presence all over
They got
the
around.
world.
I've been looking for Blackbeard's Y-DNA, no luck yet. Anyway.
Well, no luck. I seem locked out of MitoY-DNA.
You're locked out? Okay.
I
I
did not
bet.
write down the password.
I bet
Okay,
they've got a
that's fine,
booth
that's
over
fine.
here somewhere that we can go visit.
Yeah. So, but I'm looking for questions. No new questions have come
Got
up.
all these
You're a
cousins.
10th cousin?
Yes, David Draper. Yep. Cousin David. So,
Well, I hope you all can encourage some of your matches in GEDmatch to join WikiTree and add their GEDmatch ID. There's lots of your matches at the lab that you tested with. Encourage them to upload to GEDmatch and encourage them to add their ancestry to WikiTree. There's a lot of free features in WikiTree that allow you to do amazing things with your DNA, and you can't do it elsewhere.
And you can't beat the knowledge and the generosity of WikiTreers for collaboration. You put a question out there, boy, you're going to get some solid answers from people who know their stuff. And people like me who make it up. So double check me. Go ahead and click and confirm.
And you can reconfirm. You can see what the DNA matches actually are, and you can say, "I'm sorry, you didn't do it quite right," and you can help correct it.
And be nice when you say that, because we're all learning and trying to do our best.
Yeah. Okay.
Great. Well, you guys this has been such a treat. I've learned, and
such a
you so
treat to
much.
be together,
Yes.
in the same physical space for a change with our WikiTreeing friends.
Agreed. Well, tune in for we have more LiveCast Q&As tomorrow. So please check the G2G post that Azure's put up. I can't remember the details. I know I'm doing one on events and challenges tomorrow afternoon. So check the G2G post for when that's happening. And we'll see you then.
All right.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.
We did a thing.